built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Dave's Doghouse. Back again on a Wednesday, 9 o'clock. Here to give you some great content. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I am live right now on X, Facebook, and YouTube. So, hope you do whatever you can to make sure you enjoy yourself tonight. Got some good things to talk about tonight and some bad things. Some crazy, wild news just recently just happened in baseball today. Baseball just started today, the first game of the season with the Dodgers and the Padres. Hope you tuned into that. The Dodgers won the game. And we actually got some people coming out of the doghouse today. And we got some clutch players to talk about as dogs. And, we got somebody in college that's going to be in the doghouse. So, definitely glad to be talking about these things today. As you see, Dave's Doghouse, like, share, subscribe. The second best show on the R2L network, other than, In the Red Corner, of course. So shout out to those guys. But shout out to all the other shows on CTC, FFC, RBO, King's Talk, Dave's Doghouse, and BWT, and In the Red Corner. So make sure you tune into all the shows on the network. And I will pretty much get started pretty early. So as we turn up in Dave's Doghouse, we gotta start with the very first one. So this is the doghouse. As you see, we have a plethora of people in the doghouse right now. And then there will be more that'll come out. Is that a new dog? Oh, that's Lamar Jackson. Never mind. We got a few people in here that'll be coming out today. So let's go ahead and get started with one. Blake Snell. He finally got his contract. He's former San Diego Padre. He just signed a 2-year, $62 million deal with the San Francisco Giants. He had an offer on the table from the Yankees that was like 6 years, $150 million, which is under what he wanted to average per year. So he now took a deal and he's now with the team. So it looks like him waiting out served them best. So now he has a deal with the San Francisco Giants, and now he's out of the doghouse. So excited to see what's going to happen. He took a bet on himself to see exactly what he could possibly do next season, and I feel like it's going to be exciting. I can't wait to see what happens now that the season has just started. He was the Cy Young winner last year, and now he's basically teammates with the Cy Young runner-up. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all works out for him. Like I said, I'm excited about everything. I'm excited to see what's going to happen with the baseball season. So shout out to Blake Snell for getting out of the doghouse. Then we got the Philadelphia Eagles finally out of the doghouse. Had a pretty good offseason, when they got CJ Gardner-Johnson back, gave him a 3-year, $31 million deal. Just signed Saquon Barkley, one of the top running backs in the league. He was a division rival. He was a New York Giant, but then New York Giants didn't give him an offer. They messed it up last year, but not really giving him an offer for him to stay long term. Instead, they went and paid Daniel Jones $45 million a year, so they pretty much got to deal with that. And the Eagles are just doing whatever they can to improve. They signed Huff on the defense. Seems like they're doing everything they can to get better. They still need to get some corners um, to help out with that defense, but overall, I kind of sort of like what they've done so far as that. So, you know, shout out to the Eagles for finally getting out of the doghouse. And then we got the New York Knicks. As I said last week when I put them in the doghouse, that I felt like they would be coming out pretty quickly. Um, yep, now they can stop. You're right, Joe. Now the Eagles can stop crying. So, yeah, the Knicks, they're 15-2 with OG Anunoby. The last 5 games they've held each team to under 100 points, and they have been pretty much the best defensive team in the NBA in this month in March. So they're doing whatever they can to get better. Jalen Brunson is back, is healthy. Josh Hart just had a monstrous triple double the other night. And Julius Randle may or may not be coming back pretty soon, but OG is back, and then he just had a nerve, so hopefully he gets out. He's not out for too long, but definitely the Knicks are out of the doghouse now, so don't have to worry about seeing them in the doghouse anymore. There's still other couple candidates that could be coming out pretty soon, but we'll talk about that next week when I go live again. But those are all the ones that are out of the doghouse. Now we got to talk about the new members of the doghouse. Let me make sure I put this up first. So the new members of the doghouse. It's very interesting how this is going to go. So the very first one. Very, very first one. As I said earlier, we're going to go to college. And we know March Madness is going on right now. So there's just a few things that need to be talked about when it comes to college basketball. So this team, I'm not even really going to go take long to introduce them. It is okay, maybe I messed up on one. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. No. I think I moved one out too quickly. It's the Michigan Wolverines. That's what I'm talking about right now, though. Michigan Wolverines are in the doghouse. I don't know. It's technical difficulties. I don't know. Well, I guess that's not it. So, what about this one? Nope. Well, the Michigan Wolverines, though. Michigan Wolverines basketball was 8-24 this year. They missed the tourney the last 2 seasons. In 2021, Juwan Howard, who was a former member of the Fab Five in Michigan, he just recently got fired. Even though he had open heart surgery and missed the first 10 games of the season. They just haven't been good the last 2 years. And that's pretty much simple how it is. They haven't been pretty good. They haven't been doing what they need to do to continue to compete. They only have one Big Ten championship since he's been there. He was there for 5 seasons. Even though he has a winning record, it hasn't amounted to anything. Haven't gotten to the Final Four. They got into the Elite Eight, though. Almost got into, like I said, almost got to the Final Four, but haven't done that. And basically only made the tournament one time. So that's not enough. Not enough. It ain't gonna cut it. And we gotta, and when it comes to college basketball, it's all about what have you done for me lately. That's how it is in sports, period. So you gotta make sure you do these things the right way. Gotta make sure you get these wins. Get some of the best recruits you can. I mean, you're in a historic school. It's Michigan. The football team just won the national championship in football, and basketball is just going down the hill when they thought it was going to get better, but it just got worse. So Michigan basketball, sorry. Until you do better, you got a chance to find another good coach. But as far as I know, welcome to the doghouse. My guy, you in the doghouse. All right. Now, this very next person, y'all probably don't even know who this is. I didn't know who this person was until today. Well, yesterday, actually. So, it's the interpreter. Well, now former interpreter for Shohei Ohtani. Excuse me if I say his name wrong, but charge it to my head and not my heart. Is it Ippei Mizuhara? That is Shohei Ohtani's longtime interpreter, and now I'm actually going to bring both of the people in the doghouse to the stage. So now you exactly see who the guy is. That is Mizuhara. So Mizuhara got fired today for doing some shady business when it comes to Shohei Ohtani. So Shohei Ohtani is pretty much his, and like I said, it was his interpreter. So not only did he become Shohei Ohtani's closest friend when he came to the U.S., but he was extremely well liked by the Angels players and then the Dodgers this spring. He's now being accused by Ohtani's attorneys of stealing millions of dollars from him. And the amount, I believe, was about 5.2 million or something like that. But it's a lot of money. They were trying to figure out why money was there were a lot of his money was funds to place bets with an illegal bookmaker. So and it's tied to his interpreter. So I'm not sure exactly why he was doing this. I mean, you would consider his best friend. People thought that you were hey baby, I thought that you were good guy. You helped him get to the Dodgers. He stayed in LA because remember he was with the Angels. But all you're doing now is taking money from him. So, you taking money, that just shows you're being greedy. And greed doesn't get you anywhere successfully. And money is not the root of all evil, but it just exposes you who you really are. And I see that money got to you, and you started to steal money from Ohtani. And I get it. Ohtani is just close to being a billionaire. He got a $700 million contract with the Los Angeles Dodgers that he put all the way later down in the years. So I guess you just want to make sure you got your money early. But since you did that, Mr. Mizuhara, welcome to the doghouse. My guy, you in the doghouse. All right, and now going to take a quick commercial break, and then I'll be back to talk about the dogs of the week.
Yo, my name is Lambo Anlo.
This is Dimitri.
This is Ed Hahn.
My name is Daryl Julian, and this is
Refuse to lose sports.
Refuse to lose sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to lose sports.
Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me, keep on running toes. They gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built the win, applied myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, applied myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse.
All right, now we got to talk about the dogs of the week. First place we go is we go back to college, and we go up to North Carolina. You know, there are two main basketball teams, and there are three basketball teams in North Carolina that you really hear about more times than not. You hear about Duke University, of course, and then you hear about University of North Carolina, and you hear a little bit about Wake Forest. You know, they had Chris Paul that went there. They got some players that went to some of these schools, but this school here is kind of sort of running a Cinderella ride into the NCAA tournament, and I'm talking about none other than North Carolina State. North Carolina State University did something that hasn't been done since 2017 by the UConn Huskies. They actually won 5 games straight to win the ACC tournament this year. NC State, like I said, pulled off something that hasn't been done since 2017. And what happened in 2017 with the UConn Huskies? Oh, they just went all the way and won the national championship. And they were led by none other than Cardiac Kemba Walker. And we all know that famous game where he did the fake out, step back, pull up jumper that gave UConn the Big East, or is it the Big Ten championship? I believe it's the Big East. I could be right, could be wrong. But they won a championship that year. Now, this is not me saying that NC State can win the championship, but in these 5 games that they've won, they beat Louisville 94-85. Then they beat Syracuse 83-65, just basically beat them by 20. Then they beat number 11 Duke 74-69. Then they beat Virginia 73-65. And then in the championship game against the best team in the ACC this year, they beat North Carolina 84-76. And they got all the way to the now they're in the tournament as a number 11 seed. You know, they're underdogs against Texas Tech. They play tomorrow at 9:40 p.m. on CBS. They are 4.5 underdogs against Texas Tech. So let's see exactly what NC State is going to do in the NCAA tournament. You know, they went all the way through, went undefeated in the ACC tournament to win the ACC championship. Well, I'm pretty sure no one thought would happen. But hey, I mean, they on a prowl. They're doing whatever they can to compete, and they want to be able to have a chance to win. Got to give them some praise. So NC State, welcome to the Dogs. All right, now this very next one. You know, I messed up last week by not talking about this guy last week, and I'm going to make sure that I don't do it this time. So, appreciate you, Teddy. Thank you for coming on the show, my guy. Man. So with this one, this guy here. He started off his career with the Toronto Raptors. You know, played really good years. They could say that he's the best Raptor to ever play. Other than there are other guys that play for the Raptors like Tracy McGrady when he started his career, Vince Carter, Kyle Lowry was one of his teammates. They now have guys like Zach LaVine and Alex Caruso, Lonzo Ball, who's injured but getting better. He's actually now having some basketball activities to where he can actually play. But this guy here, and he said it. You already know. DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan is one of the most clutch players in the NBA right now. Now, although he doesn't have the most field goals made in the fourth quarter this season, he has 135, but he has 7 people in front of him. But DeMar DeRozan right now leads the league in the fourth quarter. He's first in free throws made and second in points. He has the most clutch field goals made in the NBA in the last decade with 453 clutch buckets. He has the third most 45-point games in Bulls history. Of course, we all know Michael Jordan has the most. He has 73. His teammate, Zach LaVine, has 6, and he has 5. In March, in the last 10 games, he's helped this team have a 6-4 record. And you say, oh, that's not all that great. But hey, it's a winning record nonetheless. He's had games where he put up 28 points, 21, 46, 24, 33, 29, and 33 points. Now, he had 3 games that weren't so really good. He had 2 13-point games and the 12-point games in this stretch. However, he's been, like I said, he's been pretty good. Now, that game against the Pacers where he forced overtime, he was 15 of 24 from the field, 62.5%. Not only that, he put up 46 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. Shot 88% from the free throw line, and he was 1 of 6 from 3, which is probably the only bad thing he did. And he had 2 turnovers. But DeMar DeRozan he's not only been one of the most, if not the most clutch player this year, he is now leading the voting to be the clutch player of the year right now, because he just happens to make buckets at all the right time, and he just knows when it's winning time. And even though they are in the play-in, they're in the play-in tournament right now, but there are other teams that are playing right now. So they have an opportunity to make the playoffs just like they did last year. So let's see what happens. Lonzo Ball may come back in the season to help them out some more. First time playing basketball in a while. Alex Caruso is still really good. We know what DeMar DeRozan can do. We know what Vucevic can do as well. Let's see what this team does. We know Zach LaVine is not coming back this season, but that's not to say that this team don't have a chance. So they definitely have a chance. Mr. Fourth Quarter, Mr. Clutch. DeMar DeRozan, welcome to the Dogs. All right. Now that we got DeMar DeRozan out the way, and shout out to my guy Big O, had to represent for his team. He's a huge Bulls fan, so had to make sure I represented him well. Now we gotta go to football. I know that it's just the off season. So how can you put somebody, that's in the off season, that's dog? Well, I did it before, and I'm gonna do it now. I don't think this would be very hard for people to figure out. But this team is back-to-back Super Bowl champions, best quarterback in the league, best tight end in the league, one of the best defenses in the league. The best passing game defense in the league. They re-signed their best player, Chris Jones. I'm talking about Kansas City Chiefs. Now, when I say best player, I'm saying best defensive player. They also still have L'Jarius Sneed on the team, even though they said that they're trying to seek a trade for him. Who knows? But there are other sources saying that he's thinking about coming back, at least for another season, and playing under the tag. So we don't know. They re-signed Deion Bush. You know, they just signed Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown. And no, he hasn't been one of the best receivers in the game, but he's a speedster. And what does Patrick Mahomes like more? Speedsters. He has Kelsey. That's his blanket. We know that's his safety blanket. And Travis Kelsey is the best pass catching tight end in the league by far. Now you add Hollywood Brown to that. This they could be primed to win 3 straight. They could be primed to win 3 straight. I don't want to see it happen, but just being honest, it's possible. It can definitely happen. Now I'm just waiting to see exactly how that's going to go. But Kansas City Chiefs are doing everything that they need to do to continue to compete, to repeat again, to be a 3-time Super Bowl champion. Don't remember the last time this has happened. So we'll see. We'll see. Can Kansas City ball out again? Yes, Joe, you missed the interpreter. You did. But this is interesting. This is interesting what Kansas City is doing. I'm hoping someone does. Well, I'm glad they don't have Mike Williams now. Mike Williams just signed with the Jets, so they don't have another weapon to add to that offense. They still have Isaiah Pacheco. They still have a good enough offense to compete. I think they would be a lot better next year. So we'll see what happens with the Kansas City Chiefs, but somebody in the AFC stop them, please. just do me that favor. Just stop them. So Kansas City, it's just the off season. Draft ain't even here yet, but you're making a lot of moves to still be considered the best team in the AFC, until proven otherwise. So welcome to the Dogs. This next play is pretty surprising. I've been pretty harsh on this guy for a while because I expected him to be a lot better than what he is, and he's very talented. What's up, Mikey? He's very talented, but he lacks effort sometimes, especially on defense. Even offensively, there are times where he doesn't do what he's capable of. I mean, watching him in college at Arizona, you almost knew that he was going to be really good in the NBA. And he has potential to really be like one of the best centers in the game. He just doesn't do it on a night-to-night basis. But these last few games, he's been doing what he needs to do to be really good. And like I said, I'm a little surprised that, well, not a little surprised, but I'm just a little shocked in how good he's played. Started off his career, like I said, he started at Arizona. He got drafted by the Phoenix Suns, and then he got traded because, he just wasn't a good fit for them. If y'all don't know who I'm talking about DeAndre Ayton. Yeah, this is probably one of the most shocking things that y'all would see here is DeAndre Ayton as a dog of the week. Yeah, look, let me tell y'all what DeAndre Ayton has done in the last 6 games. So he's had 6 straight games to 20 plus points, which is the longest streak of his career, which is a little befuddling because it's like, how was this the longest streak of your career and you're DeAndre Ayton? We saw what you did in college. We see what kind of talent you're capable of. How has this not happened already before? Nonetheless, the last 6 games, he's averaged 26.8 points per game, 15 rebounds, and shooting 63.5% from the field. The funny thing about this is that he blamed his early season struggles on the use of an air mattress. Now that he has himself a bed, his numbers have skyrocketed. That's crazy. In his 2 most recent games, he had 25 points, 15 rebounds, and he was 11-17 from the field. And then in the other game, he had 33 points, 19 rebounds, and he was 15-20 from the field. So not only is he scoring, not only is he rebounding the ball, he's efficient. He's efficient on the court. DeAndre Ayton, this is exactly what I wanted to see from you because I saw the talent that you had. And now you got a brand new bed, you sleeping well, and now you're cooking. Keep on going, DeAndre Ayton. You could probably be a good replacement. Well, one of the good replacements for Damian Lillard now being gone. You're in Portland, and Portland's playing well because you're also playing well along with Shaden Sharp and the other guys that's on the team. And praises to you, man. Praises to you, DeAndre Ayton. Like you definitely impressed me from what you've been doing these last 6 games. I know before the 2 games before, you were averaging about 29 points per game. So you balling, man. So I gotta give praise when it's due. So DeAndre Ayton, welcome to the Dogs. Great job, my man. Great job. And then last but not least, I know I'm kind of sort of moving through these pretty quickly, but I was very well prepared for these. Very, very well prepared for these. This last one is for a team in Texas. And no, I am not talking about the Dallas Cowboys because you see they are in the they're in the doghouse. So not talking about that. Not talking about the Dallas Mavericks either. Not talking about the Houston Texans. Not talking about the Texas Rangers. None of them. This team has a brand new head coach who helped his team get to the NBA Finals. And his replacement has that same team primed to make another Finals run. He has some controversy as to why he left Boston. But now he's in Houston, having a good old time. But I'm talking about the team. He's just here to represent them. The Houston Rockets. Did y'all know that the Houston Rockets are only 2.5 games back from taking the Warriors spot in the play-in tournament right now? Just 2.5 games. In March, they have the best record in the NBA, top 3 net rating, top 3 offensive rating, and top 5 defensive rating. So they're top 5 in all the important categories right now. Jalen Green so far in March, 24 points per game, 50, 36, 82 splits, 60% true shooting percentage, 78% in the restricted area, 69 plus minus, and the team in 7 games are 6-1. They have the best record in the league so far in March. One of their best players, Alfred Sengun, who I put as a dog, is now out for the rest of the season. They are 4-0 since he got hurt. So not only are they winning, they are playing well without one of their best players even being on the court. And I said this in the offseason, even though they're not in that position right now. But I said Houston, given the time and what they can do, could possibly be a team that could be in the playoffs. And they're not in the playoffs or even in the play-in right now. But they are very, very close. And I wouldn't be surprised if they take somebody's spot and be in the play-in tournament and possibly ruin somebody's night or win 2 games and be in the playoffs. So all I'm saying is be careful. You may not want to see these Houston Rockets, this young team led by Jalen Green. So Houston Rockets, Ime Udoka, Jalen Green, welcome to the Dogs. All right, y'all, and that is my show for tonight. I appreciate y'all coming on. Again, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and you will be seeing more videos of this pretty soon. You will see. I will be posting reels of this episode. Make sure you share this. Let people know that if they have somebody that they think is a dog, they could let me know. Even they could hit me up on Instagram, hit me up on Facebook, or on X. I'm available. Just let me know what you believe. And I'll gladly be able to tell you exactly if they deserve to be on there. Or you got somebody in the doghouse. Or you got a video of you crossing somebody up. I could put that person that you crossed up in the doghouse because, you're playing bad defense. But other than that, I appreciate y'all for coming on tonight and, being in the comment section and doing the show. So, again, I'll see you guys next time. And peace. Good night. Thank you for watching all the way through and tuning all the way into the end. Thank you for enjoying Dave's Doghouse. I hope you had a great show. Make sure you like this video and hit the notification button so you get an alert whenever I go live again or have another video and another episode. And also, last but not least, hit that share button. If you enjoyed this and you think someone else will enjoy it, share it. And also, thank you again for tuning into this episode. And I'll see you next time.